back to the Real Men of Real Estate here on KCAA Radio. You can find us in a couple places on your dial at 1050 AM, 102.3 FM, and 106.5 FM. I'm here with Jared Kelley talking about kind of the state of the market and what we would like to do about it. So we were talking about those job reports. We had a
Yeah,
huge swing in that, right? 190,000 job shift month to month.
190,000 jobs of standard deviation on a report that
Wow.
I think it was like 100 or 390, 400, somewhere close to there. So, plus or minus half what the job creation was. And that was the institutional report that came out. So the piece that gets me is when they do consumer surveys and actually call households.
Okay.
The difference from March, so March, April, May, that's the jobs were in May, reported in June. The difference between those 3 months, the graph between household and institutional, the difference was 1.5 million jobs less in household
Wow.
surveys versus the job reports coming out. So I'm not saying that censorship, sort of okay word you can use, I don't know. That's all kind of, right? Yeah.
Everybody's getting sensitive. It'll be all right.
But I think it's very important to track data, to understand the media exists to make money.
Yeah.
Shows like this and the things that Dan is doing is so important to say, like, what's raw and what's real and what's happening now, what's happening today. Like even the jobs report's 30 days old.
Yeah.
It is a world where macroly and microly, those things are drastically different. When we go back and look at year over year appreciation in real estate of 2022, it is no way 5 years from now, when we go back and look at that, or someone looks at that data and pulls it up, it's not going to tell the story of 2022 at all, right? And I think that's really important to understand, because year to date, we're at, like, depending on what data source you use, call it 9 to 12% appreciation year to date.
Yeah.
I'm going to bet that we're going to give up a lot of that second, or third, and fourth quarter this year.
I'm seeing it already in the houses I'm trying to put offers on. It's
absolutely.
Yeah.
We're going to give up that number, but I don't think it's going to be negative. But it's certainly not going to end the year that. So if you were to go back and macroly look at that data, 2022, you just had 1% appreciation. Well, if you ask the people that bought in the beginning of the year and the end of the year, two completely different avenues of purchase and outlook on why they were buying or what that looks like. I just think it's really important right now, when you're making decisions or you're looking at real estate or any investment, that you need to understand the time that you plan to be in that investment and the reason why you're in that investment. What's your exit strategy?
Absolutely.
If it's just to feel good, throw whatever money, like that's like getting a bar tab or buying a good whiskey, right?
Just head to Vegas and have some fun with it, something.
Yeah, if that's why you want to buy a piece of real estate, waste your hundreds of thousands however you want. And in my opinion, though, that's not the game to be played with real estate. The first exit strategy for most people should be, can I live there? Even if you're buying it as an investment property, what if you could live there in the future? That's a pretty good exit, because unlike other things that you can buy as an investment, it would take an awful lot of savings behind paper or treasuries to stack up to build a house, right? It's really hard to live in a bunch of savings bonds.
Yeah, very hard.
Or your stock certificates, right? When you have an investment that also serves as something else, I think that there's an incredible value to that. So that's kind of exit strategy number one. And exit strategy number two could be renting it out long term, could be selling the property for an investment. So I think it is important to understand more now than ever the micro environment in which you're buying in. What are the GDPs of the area?
Right.
How are jobs being created in those areas? Because in my opinion, I want to have multiple exit strategies that work for any real estate investment that I'm purchasing.
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear. So for folks who are buying maybe their second, third, or even fourth property, they've done a couple now.
Mhm.
They can't live in it. What are a couple more of the exit strategies and things that you can do if you need to try and improve your revenues?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this is going to be more true across the rest of the United States. So generally, when you look at coastal areas that you're purchasing,
Hmm.
you're not purchasing for cash flow, you're purchasing for appreciation. And it's crucial to understand time in that, because you're really running an IRR, internal rate of return,
Right.
on that investment versus a realized rate of return, which would be a monthly check in the mailbox. There's nothing wrong with that. It's mailbox money. But if you look at that investment over time, even a 5 year period, I've never found something that beats appreciation. And I'll go back to the VA loan just because I love that. You put $0 in and you get appreciation on that $1 million investment. That's amazing. Even if you put $200,000 in, $250,000 in on that investment, you don't get the appreciation on the 250. You get the appreciation on a million.
Yeah.
Uh, and
Well,
when
and
we
there's no
look at,
limit on the VA loan, right? So if
yeah,
you
there's
can find a
no
way to get into an $8 million fourplex, a couple other people help you pay the mortgage, and
incredible. But
it's
but again, going back to the data of that and
yeah.
understanding it, and understand it microly, because buying right will solve a lot of problems. But over the last 63 years, this is the time that the data has been collected on. I'll use San Diego County for an example. The average appreciation, annual appreciation over the last 63 years, this includes the crash, this
Uh-huh.
includes the 80s, this includes everything, 5.26%
Okay. That's actually a little better than I thought it would be.
annual appreciation. Over the next 5 years, this is still forecasting out. This is through a site called MBS Highway. Barry Habib is the main economist inside of this. Projection of over 30% appreciation over the next 5 years.
I
So,
with all the stuff moving to the West Coast and people needing a place, it makes
it,
sense.
and so to answer your question, what are those other exit strategies? I bring that up to say appreciation has to be part of that.
Yeah.
But to gain other appreciation, you can actually create APN numbers. You can split lots pretty
Uh,
effectively now.
yeah.
Incredible opportunity, because you're essentially creating more buildable land, right? Adding ADUs, renting by room. We've now become this gig, or not this corporate environment. We're seeing a lot more travel nurses, a lot more people working remotely that want to live somewhere for a year and rent a room and are willing
Right.
to pay appropriately for that. I'm not even gonna say
Right.
overpay.
Yeah.
People
They,
are
they
paying
won't.
$2,500,
They want that. Yeah. They'll pay for the flexibility to have an experience and try something.
100%. And why
Yeah.
not? If I'm a 22-year-old today that has a decent job, why not do that? So
Uh, yeah.
my philosophy, and own a property management company now too, just because we had to.
You amassed too many properties.
We had some properties, and we work with a lot of military who are traveling all over, and
Yeah.
you would think, as someone that's in real estate, I can even get commission from doing real estate. Someone like you too, uh, would say, "Hey, sell these properties," and I was like, "No, like keep these things, especially in Southern California, because we haven't even seen the hockey stick yet."
Right.
Other cities like Boston and a lot of that kind of DC area and East Coast have seen, San Francisco on the West Coast
Yeah. The
have
run-ups happened already. Yeah.
seen the run up. We haven't seen that yet.
Yeah. No,
And so
San Diego is still the biggest little city on the coast.
100%.
Yeah.
Orange County maybe saw it a little bit, and it'll be
Hmm.
a flatter, but I think Orange is even going to see it too. LA will serve its purpose and be in the armpit. Sorry if I said that out loud. But I think even San Bernardino and Riverside are going to see some
they're
upsides.
they're gonna shoot
Uh,
up. Yeah.
Maybe not as much as San Diego County. I think San Diego is going to be the real winner in this, but you're certainly going to be able to hit a stand up double. Using a baseball analogy, maybe you're a Dodger
Absolutely.
and maybe you're a Padres fan. We don't really know, but you're going to be able to hit a stand up double in real estate in Southern California. I think is a plan as even as short as 5 years. So I think it's hard to think longer than that. Again, Dan, we're talking about making a plan. It's pretty difficult for people to look past 5 years of their life.
Oh
Um,
yeah. Yeah, it gets
and
fuzzy for me after 3.
when you're making that plan, a lot of people try to make a plan as a snippet in time
Right.
versus an average over that time. So that means my encouragement or my thought process, and we even have an intake form that we do with our clients to sit down and be more of an advisor and say, let's look at making that plan and those exit strategies that'll work as a median or an average of that period of time that you want to own that real estate. So definitely crucial. I think the big takeaways are understand that macro numbers do matter and trends do matter. But from a micro standpoint, is buying right, understanding micro GDPs, understanding micro environments that exist within cities
Yeah.
is very, very crucial to look at as we're
Ton-
shifting into that, into a recession and into a period where people are going to be losing jobs, but people are also going to be gaining jobs in those higher management levels and things like biotech.
Got it. Well, when we come back, we can talk more about the plan and see what that work looks like for people. So I'm Dan Redig with talking with Jared Kelley about the current market and what to do about it. So thanks for listening to the Real Men of Real Estate on KCAA Radio.